Chapter 2, Lesson 3 of Advanced Algebra. I'm going to finish up Lesson 3 by looking at proportions, another type of problem that you run into when you're working on this lesson. Now, in a direct variation, we know that y over x is constant. So for every ordered pair, if you put y value over its corresponding x value, you're going to get the same number. So if you're given two y values and one x value, you can figure that out by setting up a proportion, meaning that every y over its corresponding x is equal to every other y over its corresponding x. So you have a proportion here. So if you know three of these four values, you'll be able to figure out the fourth by simply solving the equation. So we can determine the missing value, and then we can write the equation and figure out other values. So what you have to do is a situation like this. If y is 1 when x is 10, so there's an ordered pair, y is 1 when x is 10, determine what y is when x is 2. So what you have here are two ordered pairs, one where you know the y and the x, and one where you don't know the y but you do know the x. But we know with direct variations that if we put y over x, it's going to equal every other y over its x. So here's my proportion. Now I simply solve this equation for y. So I multiply both sides by 2. I reduce those, so y is equal to 2 over 10, or 1/5. So the y value is 1/5. Okay, and it's really that simple. So let's do another one just to show you how easy it is. If y is 10 when x is -3, then determine x when y is 2. So again, because it's a direct variation, I know that if I put y over x, it's going to equal every other y over x, and now I solve the equation. So I'm going to multiply both sides by x. So that's going to give me 10x over -3 is equal to 2. That gets the x out of the denominator. Then I'm going to multiply both sides by -3 to get the equation, so -3. So that's going to reduce. That's going to give me 10x is equal to -6. And then we're going to divide by 10. So that's going to be -6 over 10, which reduces to -3/5. So x is going to be -3/5 in this other ordered pair. And so here we have the value there. So that's the other type of problem you'll be able to do or be asked to do in this lesson. And it really comes from an understanding of realizing. Isn't that the same thing? Understanding that every y in a direct variation, every ordered pair, if you put y over x, it's equal to every other ordered pair y over x.